The Bahamas Christian Council members take the vaccine. The country prepares to receive more doses, and police investigate 3 traffic fatalities on 3 separate islands. Good evening, everyone. I'm Leah Cooper with your Jcn News for this Monday, March 29th. Bishop Delton Fernander, the Bahamas Christian Council President and Vice President, Pastor Mario Moxie, have received their first dose of the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine at Loyola Hall, Gladstone Road. They joined the scores of other ministers and frontline workers who have received the jab. This coming right after the BCC's COVID-19 Vaccine Investigative Committee released their study on the vaccine. Here's Pastor Mario Moxie on that report.
Our findings in the report is simple, that we would like the nation to know that it is a matter of personal choice, and each and every individual have to weigh the risk and the benefits for themselves. And if that's, of course, with the guidance of faith leaders. So there is room for guidance, which we advise everyone to seek.
In the report, the committee says it has determined that the World Health Organization's validation of the emergency use of the COVID-19 vaccine is warranted, adding that health experts unanimously agreed that the long-term effects of the vaccine cannot be determined at this time because of insufficient time elapsing, but the benefits of the vaccines far outweigh the disadvantages. Bishop Delton Fernander wishes to send out this message to the public after receiving the first dose of the vaccine.
That it's necessary, it's safe, and that we want as a nation to not only be safe for our families, but be safe for the entire world that vacations here. And all of our parishioners that we want to visit, that we want to give communion to, those over the age of 65, as leaders and pastors, we're preparing ourselves so that we could re-enter their world, to give them under this Easter time that which has been missing now for a year.
The BCC's Investigative Committee also noting that it has determined that the vaccine does not contain components of aborted fetuses or cell lines, and said that there is insufficient theological evidence to support the vaccine being linked to the end-time prophecy relative to the mark of the beast. That said, the committee contends that whether or not a citizen chooses to take a COVID-19 vaccine is a matter of personal choice. Bishop Fernander also contends that as vaccination numbers increase and cases decrease, some level of normalcy within the church community and the whole Bahamas will return. The country will have in hand 33,600 doses of the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine, which has been prepaid through the Pan American Health Organization's revolving fund and coming to the Bahamas through the COVAX facility. Officials at the Office of the Prime Minister have indicated this afternoon that the shipment scheduled to arrive tomorrow at 10 a.m. The National COVID-19 Vaccine Consultative Committee, in a statement last evening, says this batch represents the first tranche of a total of 100,800 doses earmarked for the country. The committee also revealing that since the 14th of March, when the vaccination campaigning began, more than 7,000 doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine have been administered in New Providence and Grand Bahama. These were from the 20,000 doses received on the 10th of March, donated by the government of India. Since then, the vaccination campaign, which began nearly 2 weeks ago, has seen the highest number of COVID-19 vaccinations administered on a single day, totaling more than 1,000. Officials say to date, 63% of those who have received the vaccine are over the age of 60. Others include healthcare workers and staff of the uniformed branches. 42% of persons who received the vaccine were male and 58% female. Meantime, the vaccination campaign will continue here in the capital and Grand Bahama from today, March 29th, through to Wednesday, March 31st, and on Eleuthera from tomorrow, March 30th, through Thursday, April 1st. On New Providence, vaccinations will continue for staff of the uniformed branches only on Monday, the 29th of March, and Tuesday, March 30th, at Loyola Hall, Gladstone Road. Uniformed branches include the Royal Bahamas Police Force, Royal Bahamas Defense Force, COVID ambassadors, Bahamas Department of Corrections, the Bahamas Customs, and the Department of Immigration. On Wednesday, the 31st of March, appointments at Loyola Hall will be open to staff of the judiciary, uniformed staff branches, healthcare workers, and members of the general public over the age of 60. Vaccinations will continue at the Church of God of Prophecy, East Street, from today through Wednesday for residents 60 and older, healthcare workers, and staff of the uniformed branches. On Grand Bahama, the focus of the vaccination effort will be on the east and west ends of the island at the start of the week and will continue at the Susan J. Wallace Community Center beginning midweek. On New Providence and Grand Bahama, mobile units will provide vaccines to nursing homes and other residential facilities on the island of Eleuthera, including Harbor Island and Spanish Wells. COVID-19 vaccines will be administered starting with healthcare workers, residents over the age of 60, and staff of the uniformed branches beginning Tuesday, the 30th of March through Thursday, the 1st of April. Clinic administrators will notify residents of Eleuthera of vaccination center locations and times. The National Vaccination Program will resume following the Easter holidays. A schedule of locations and eligible priority groups will be shared with the public in the coming days. And health officials confirmed 15 additional cases of COVID-19, 9 confirmed here in the capital, 1 on Grand Bahama, 2 on Eleuthera, 1 on the Berry Islands, and 1 on Exuma. 1 case here in New Providence had a history of travel within 14 days. 6 of those newly confirmed cases are male and 9 are female. There's currently 286 active cases in country, 31 of which are hospitalized. 29 patients in hospital are considered moderately ill, with 4 in Doctors Hospital, 2 at the South Beach Acute Care and Referral Center, 8 at the Princess Margaret Hospital, and 15 at Grand Bahama Health Services. 2 patients are also in the intensive care unit at this time. Total recoveries tally 8,563. The death toll stands at 188. To date, 75,619 tests have been completed. You're watching JCN News. Stay with us.